There. When it comes to state and district requirements for the transportation of students to and from campus and to and from district events, my district, Plano ISD, follows along explicitly with the state guidelines that are set forth in the State Education Code, Chapter 34 for transportation. So this is all listed in our handbook and in our school district website. And again, we follow directly along with those guidelines stated by the state. So all students are eligible for transportation to and from school if they live 2 or more miles away from the campus, or if they require specialized transportation per their IEP or per a specialized reason. And our district adheres to that as well. Buses must be used for transporting more than 10 students, and the number of passengers on the bus shall not exceed the capacity on the bus. School buses may not allow children to stand. They must be seated. And when it comes to seatbelts on the bus, if there are seatbelts, students may be allowed or can be required to wear those seatbelts if they are on the bus. And so all buses that were purchased by school districts after 2017 are required to have seatbelts. So again, if the school bus has the seatbelts, students can be required to wear them if the bus has them. And also if students have a specialized plan for a disability or something like that, where they require a seatbelt, it must be provided for them by the school district. Or for a disciplinary measure or something like that, students can be required to wear a seatbelt. All accidents must be reported by the school district to TEA. And then when it comes to maintaining the conditions of the bus and the safety of the bus, state laws set the standards for bus safety, for maintenance and inspection, and those must be followed. Really the only difference that my district has that I could find that is a little bit different is we do have a district bus code of conduct that students must sign and follow and adhere to when it comes to bus safety and following the rules on the bus. So they have to sign that for the district. When it comes to the requirements for the bus drivers, it's the same thing. Our district follows state guidelines for that. So the initial requirements that I found for bus drivers is they must be 18 years of age or older. They must pass a DPS approved examination to assess their mental and physical capabilities to drive a school bus. They must pass and take the safety training. They must have a valid commercial driver's license with passenger and school bus endorsement. And they must have the Texas School Bus Drivers Certification course and take that course and pass it and have that certification. So those are the initial requirements for a school bus driver. And then in order to maintain their eligibility each year, school bus drivers are subject to alcohol and drug testing. Their driver's record is checked annually and must be up to DPS standards. And that Texas School Bus Drivers Certification course must be renewed every 3 years. So as stated in this assignment, school bus safety is incredibly important, not only for keeping our children safe, but for maintaining their overall well-being. When students get to school safely and get home safely, it gives them a peace of mind to set them up for their best learning. It gives their parents peace of mind. And I know our state takes that very seriously and has all of these guidelines in place, and my district really follows that and takes it seriously. And I've worked on quite a few campuses in my district, and I've seen that the principals do work very, very closely with the transportation department and with the bus drivers to really enforce the safety guidelines to make sure that the students have the best possible experience on the school bus. So I really value learning about all of these school bus safety guidelines, so I know what to do when I'm in that role as well.